we're going to use the freeze function on Live's Reverb device and also some of Live's resampling techniques to make this spacey reverb rise. Sometimes in a track you want to quickly use a rise sample for your build-up, but other times you'd like your rise effects to somehow originate from your track's elements, so everything sounds a lot more organic. We can use Live's Reverb and Simpler to create a more clever and integrated rise. Here's an 8-bar portion of a track. We'll isolate one of the track's elements and insert Live's Reverb device over it. We'll set the dry wet to 100% wet, so all we get is the reverb signal, and then we'll also set a really long decay time to give us a huge cavernous reverb tail. If we hit the freeze button on the reverb, Live will sustain the reverb signal forever. So we now want to record a long portion of this reverb tail onto a new audio track, so we have one long passage of effect printed as an audio file. We'll record this in real time onto a new track, so we can flick on the freeze button and grab a long sustained section of our affected signal. A common technique is to reverse a long passage of reverb to lead up to a drop or breakdown. There's nothing wrong with that technique, but we're going to go a little bit further here now. We'll create a new MIDI track and we'll drop our new audio file onto it. Live will automatically open it in a simpler instrument. So then we'll create a new MIDI clip on this track, and we'll draw in a note for the clip's length at C3. We'll enable Simpler's loop mode and settle around a consistent section of reverb in the middle of our audio file to give us an endless loop. And we'll also apply a small amount of fade to prevent any clicking at non-zero crossing points. Now our note sustains indefinitely, we can use traditional sampling functions to give us a long rising effect. So here we've used Simpler's glide mode, we've set the glide time to maximum, and then we've overlapped a note 2 octaves above our original at C5. So we're going from C3 to C5 here to create a really big pitching rise. And so our sound's pitch will slowly rise between the two notes over 2 octaves. And we've also automated some pitch bend right at the end for that final increase in pitch at the end of the 8 bars. And some final spatial effects finish off our rising effect. So we've got some delay there. And we also sidechain it to our kick drum. So there, that's how you create a cool rising effect using Live's Reverb and Simpler.